So I was planning another anime-related video, but since my friends were busy, I had to settle for this instead. So I found a channel called the School of Affluence, and it's ran by a dumb bimbo who teaches women how to leech off rich men who work for their shit. Now, I used to think I wouldn't date until at least 16, but I might want to get a girl now before they just start seeing me as an ATM for some Pop-Tart money. So any girls stationed in LA, I'll pick you up at 8. I won't even say the thing, let's just go.
Ladies, if you hear this from your man, run.
If this is your idea of comedy, your sense of humor is more dry than the dusty-ass coochie of the women watching these videos.
Let's start with number 1.
I love independent women.
Oh, you know what I love? I love strong, masculine men. I love men who look after their women and treat their woman like a goddess. There is nothing more attractive than when a man steps into his masculinity and really looks after his woman like a true gentleman.
I love when a woman steps into her femininity and makes a nice meal and does some of the chores around the house instead of hiring a maid with my money. This woman advocates for women to be useless in a relationship. She wants to be treated like a goddess, but is not willing to treat her man like a god. You're not only a terrible spouse, but a shitty and shallow person.
Ah, that's what I love.
Never do that again.
My ex-girlfriend only used me for my money.
Well, then you know how it feels for us women when men only use us for sex, without committing to us, and without ever taking full responsibility by providing for us like a true gentleman would do. Well, this is how we women feel used.
No man wants you for sex. People call you beautiful like a trans YouTuber, but just like those people, they're completely blind. You look more plastic than a Lego factory. Your cheeks look like they're ready to melt. Your lips look like they're gonna explode on your next F sound. Your makeup is so cakey, I would have thought I was watching an episode of The Great British Bake Off. Your eyebrows look like they were drawn on. You look like someone tried to make a human out of spare parts they had lying around in their garage. Your head is so round, if I didn't see you in the company of other human beings, I would have thought you were somebody's Roblox avatar. You look like a post-transition Riley Dennis. That neck is so long it should be a new unit of measurement.
If I pay for today's date, will you pay the next?
What? Oh, if I have to pay for a date, there won't be a next.
Yeah, you'd literally have to pay a man to date you. You look like Sonic and Sally's failed abortion. You look like Moto's skinny counterpart. You look like an anorexic Maleficent.
I don't like materialistic women.
Well, I don't like cheap men. You see, women are gatherers from an evolutionary psychology take. Men are hunters, women are gatherers. This has been part of our genetic programming for millions of years.
Bitch, are you stupid? Men were hunters and women were gatherers of food and necessities, not material items. Dumbass.
Now, men are being celebrated for being hunters, but women are continuously shamed by our society for having this instinct of wanting to own things. They call us materialistic and they shame us for it, and in my opinion, this is sexist.
How is it sexist? If I went around and murdered somebody's pet rabbit, cooked it up, and ate it, then they confront me about it and I say, well, I'm a man. I'm a hunter. I'm guessing I'd be innocent in that situation because it's all a part of my genetics. I love logic.
If you want equality, why should men be paying 100% of the time?
We want equal rights, but that doesn't mean that we are equals. We are not biologically equal. Men and women are built differently. So let's not pretend that we are equals, because that's just a manipulation men use and society use for the man's benefit. Women have far more disadvantages financially in society, but also biologically. This is why we need to stop talking about being equals and instead focus on what's fair. And what's fair is actually if the man takes some form of responsibility, provides for his woman, and like this, we would be able to at least balance out some of the unfairnesses that happen between the sexes because of biological reasons and because how our society is built.
I agree, men and women are built pretty different, but women at this point have far more legal rights than men, and a lot of ways you can make money in court. Female parental figure always gets custody by default. A female can rape a man and force them to pay child support. You can falsely accuse men of rape and get donations without ever having to return it. You can commit domestic violence without repercussion, and there are literally legal requirements for some women to be in the workplace. Yes, some companies have to hire you because of your gender, ignoring qualification, and leaving actually qualified men out of a job. So fuck off. Oh, I can't wait to see the lovely comments on this video. I'm gonna get Me Too'd to death.
I want to be with a woman who doesn't depend on me.
Well, that I believe is a responsibility to both the man and the woman to make sure that that doesn't happen in the relationship. From the man's side, he has to truly offer her an allowance so that she contains her independence. She doesn't have to ask him for money every time she wants something, and so that she actually can have some form of savings in case she would need it for a rainy day.
1 second. Excuse me. What? So you want a rich man who gives you an allowance and essentially treats you like a child for the sake of your own ego when you're not doing shit around the house to begin with? How entitled can one woman be? Can we lock her and the people who agree with her on an island with carnivorous aliens, please? Also, I'm rich in this scenario. I'm not gonna give you money for savings. I have enough for my savings. If you only want to use me for my money, you can get the hell out of my house and go get your own. Simple.
Now, with regards to the woman, she has to take her responsibility. She needs to have an education, she needs to have work experience, and of course she needs to have savings. Like this, she will always be independent no matter what happens.
Again, what? So you want me to throw away my money for your stupid ass idea of independence? You're being dependent on my money to become independent? This isn't a job. I'm not your boss. So don't treat me like I am, and I'm not gonna treat you like an employee. If you're that much of an egotistical brat that you wouldn't just ask me for a few bucks once in a while, I don't think this is gonna work out.
However, I am aware that there is a small percentage of women who are just too lazy to work and believe that staying with a man, even if they don't like him, is better than going and work full-time in some job that they hate. Now, I don't support that type of behavior.
You're teaching that type of behavior!
But unfortunately, there will always be people out there who just do things like this. However, I don't think it's fair for the rest of the female population to be judged and categorized as these type of women just because a small percentage does it. Most women are not like this. Most women are intelligent and smart and will want to keep their independence as much as possible. So let's not generalize everybody and just focus on what's fair for the women.
You're roping in all the people who say this is cheap? That's generalizing men? Also, what's fair to the woman? We're just gonna ignore the man, not even gonna hide the misandry?
What do you bring to the table?
Are you seriously asking me this?
Wait, you are not gonna skip that question. You know it's a good question. Answer it! Oh yeah, you can't because you bring nothing, Lego looking ass bitch. Alright, I'm done. I've rotted my brain enough, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy New Year's if you're watching it by that time. Finally take down these damn decorations.